to MexCan.
Young perceptions of the world.
Hey guys, what's up back? What's up back? No, I meant to say like, what's up guys? Hello again. Okay,
You were just making the intro shorter by combining different words in one. Hi guys, thank you for coming back to another episode of
Another
MexCan.
episode, yeah.
Woo! I wonder
know.
how many we've done.
I think this one is like the 13, I think. Because
Wow,
the
that's
one we're
pretty
gonna
good.
upload, like the one we made last night, I think, or like 2 days ago.
Yeah, 2 days ago.
It was the 12th, I think, or the 11th.
Okay,
Something like that.
wow. So we've made quite a few of these, and
I
it's
know.
always a lot of fun. I always enjoy getting to post another one.
Me too. And now with the gear, I'm still gonna show it off because it's just great. I love it, and I feel a little bit more pumped. It's time to record. And well, I got more time now, you know, and so it's a little bit better. All right, so let's just chat, you and I. I think that maybe this episode could be like more of like you chatting with me, see what you gotta think. I don't know what's going on around the world. The first thing that I want to talk about it was that thing that I mentioned you. Well, you know, I like these artists. This artist, Olivia Rodrigo, and maybe some people do not like her at all. I do like her. I'm not gonna lie, you know, and I think she's good. I like her new album, but it's interesting to see and hear, like, you know, this thing where people say that she copied other artists and like other songs, and I think that she got a lawsuit or something like that, and it involves Taylor Swift and a group called Paramore, I think. I don't even know that group. It's called Paramore or something like that.
I think they're an older band.
Yeah, it's kind of like an older band, yeah. But the thing is that, well, I mean, I'm a fan of Taylor Swift. I don't know all her songs, but when I listened to Olivia's album, I thought it was like a pure
like unique
creation, you know, like I didn't perceive that. I don't know how to pronounce, like, plagiarism. That's what they call it.
Plagiarism. Yeah, plagiarism.
But I guess the people that truly know those other artists that are claiming the songs, like, they can kind of like identify which parts Olivia kind of like copy. I mean, and I do this because I mean I don't completely
air quotes,
agree,
yeah. For the
you know?
people not watching the
It may
video,
be true,
he's doing air quotes.
I know, but like, like, what do you think of that? Like, what do you think of like artists like that copy songs, like have gotten that in trouble, you know?
Okay, well, the thing is, I'm not as familiar with music like you are, but from what I've heard and I've seen,
you listen to music a lot.
Yes, but I don't know like how to read music or anything like
but you
that.
Don't need
but
to read
from
music.
okay,
Like,
well, the thing is, I'm not.
Because
Yeah.
how do you know when someone's copying something? Because it sounds just like similar. Let's put it like that.
I might not be able to explain why, but like I can probably tell, oh yeah, there are some similarities between this artist and another, this song and another. I'm actually more of a fan of Taylor Swift than I am Olivia Rodrigo. I'm quite new to her music, but I think that she's a new artist in general. I listened to a few of her songs when I was with you, and I really liked all of them. I think every one is very different, and the album, for that reason, is exciting because the songs are so diverse. You have some slow ones like Driver's License and the 3 Steps
like.
Forward or whatever it's
and you know
called.
What I
yeah,
just
and then
remember?
You have some other ones.
I'm gonna say this quickly because I think I told you this before, but you know, I like Billie Eilish a lot. You know that I was about to go to a concert of her.
Yeah,
but
he used to
pandemic,
be her biggest
I still got
fan.
the tickets back, but I haven't gotten any money back. So
that's ridiculous, by the way. That's another thing you should you get your money back. But anyway,
but the thing, what I want to say is that okay, I like Billie Eilish a lot. I used to listen to her music a lot. It's not that I don't listen to it anymore. It's just that you always have like a period of of other music, and this time with her new album, Happier Than Ever, I think I dislike it. Like most of her songs in that album, I don't like them. It's just not what I like. I barely like My Future, I think it's called, and one, two or more songs of that album. But the whole album in general, it's not what I expected, you know. And I mean, it's okay, you know. She's doing whatever she wants, and that's fine. There's people that like it a lot, and there's people that don't, like me. But like personally, I think like Sour by Olivia Rodrigo is better than that album by Billie Eilish. And yeah, I just wanted to say that quickly. It took me more time.
Well, no, I agree with what you're saying because I listened to both of these albums with you. I mean, I had already heard Sour before coming to Mexico, but yeah, but her album was released when I was with you still in Mexico. So I remember one night we played the songs and we listened to all of them, and there were about two that we really liked. And I'm not as big of a fan as Billie Eilish as you, but then again, I don't really have like artists that I will listen to nonstop. I like a lot of songs from lots of people, with a few exceptions. Like for example, I always like Vance Joy's music. I like indie music. But anyway, that's another side note there. But with respect to Billie and Olivia's music, I find that the thing that's making the album Sour a little bit better is just the fact that it's very different, you know, as you said, like
that's the whole point,
And the thing with Billie Eilish is that every song in the album sounded a little bit, I don't know, more connected, but I never really heard much about this problem with Taylor Swift now. Oh my goodness, she's thrown into the mix.
Look, what I read about on Twitter, I'm gonna use Twitter as my source. Probably some people may not agree with me that it's like a good source, but anyways,
an authentic or reliable source.
What I read is that Olivia actually kind of like she had to say that, or like give credit to Taylor Swift on some of Olivia's songs, and like 2 or 3 songs I think. And I mean I find that okay. Olivia's actually like Taylor's songs a lot.
Okay, and, but this is the problem that I have with that. Sorry to interrupt. I just want to say, the fact that she is using Taylor Swift as credit, like, what if Taylor Swift did not want to be associated with her? Like, I'm just saying, like, what if she did not want to be associated with her? Did she have to ask to give Taylor credit, or how did that work? Do you know?
Not really sure, but it's just I don't agree completely with all this polemic, can I call it like that?
Yeah, that's like,
Miss English.
Problem, polemic. Yeah, well, I mean, polemic is definitely a word that I've heard more frequently in Spanish than in English, but...
but like the whole thing, you know?
Problematic, yeah.
Yes, because music, to me, is so subjective that there are some boundaries, of course, when it comes to kind of like copyright and content ID, let me just call it like that. When you've created something and someone is literally taking that sound, all that creation, all those sounds, and pretend to be theirs, that is totally like copying, you know, like plagiarism.
Agreed, yeah.
Of course, but like when it comes to notes and when it sounds similar, it's so hard to distinguish or to decide whether the other artist or person is actually copying the other one, you know?
Well,
because at the end the notes are the same, like the chord progression. It's not like, oh, this chord progression is mine, like oh, I created this chord progression and another person on the other side of the world decided to use the same chord progression without even knowing that I used it before. It's not like, hey, I'm gonna claim it because those are mine. No, it's not like that. But it's just that I don't agree with that, because maybe some people think that it actually works like that, you know? Like if I have this sound that goes like dun dun, and then I use the same sound, but like not actually grabbing the same sound, but like, I don't know, play an instrument that plays that sound like dun dun, and just because it sounds similar, it means that I'm copying you. No, like it's very subjective.
So you think that it's you think that it's okay to be able to feel inspired from other songs, but also it's impossible to have completely your own sounds.
Yeah, exactly. I personally think that is the way. Like all the music that we know is based on music that was already invented. You know, I heard that somewhere, but I don't remember where.
I think from like, I think it makes sense. Like you can't always create 100% unique things.
Like these, like Daft Punk. You know how much I love Daft Punk. Daft Punk.
You are definitely a big fan.
You actually can see.
Actually, yeah, you can see the Daft Punk record in the back.
Well, the thing about these guys, they're called the master of samples. You know what a sample is, right? Like
I do now, thanks to you.
Yeah, but it's easy to grab that meaning, that term, because I could just record me clapping, you know. And I call that a sample.
And then they edit it to make it sound different, but it's based off the clapping.
But like what they do with Daft Punk, and mostly during their career, is that they grab other people's music. Other people's music, like old music that even people didn't even listen at that time anymore. Daft Punk, what they did is that they grab single samples like from those songs, and they turn it into something different. You know,
that is actually really smart.
I know, and they could change the pitch and whatever, and have their own creation, and that is so cool because we haven't even realized like what sounds do those sounds come from. You know, we haven't even done that
what their inspiration was. So how many songs would you say, based off of what you've like heard online, that they've actually found the connection to? Do you think most of them are still undiscovered with what their original song is?
There's a lot of things that we don't know because it's only like their thing. It's their magic. They know how to do that. They know how to create something based on something that was already created.
Yeah,
I think that's how music works. You don't really necessarily have to cut a piece of music from a whole song, but you get like unconsciously inspired. By
exactly. So even if you're
songs that you listen to.
Yeah, so even if you are taking a little bit of inspiration, that's different because you aren't exactly copying it word for word or sound for sound. So yeah, like in the case of Daft Punk, no one says that they are copying other people directly, right? Like, have they ever had any lawsuit problems that you know of?
Sorry, we have a little bit of delay. Can you hear me?
We're experiencing a little bit of lag here.
Wait, Jamen, can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
Yeah, come again, please. I couldn't.
Excellent.
Hear that.
Okay, I'm glad that I can hear you now. Okay, so my question was, have they ever been involved in a lawsuit that you know of? Daft Punk, I mean?
Not that I know of, but I read about this thing with the song One More Time, that they found the sample, the original song, and the artist that created that original song is living on the streets. Like, he's got no money. Yeah. And people was like, oh, Daft Punk should give some credit to him.
Do you agree?
I don't know. When I read that, I was like, oh, maybe they should, but at the end, I don't know. It's just so hard. That is a little bit more problematic, but
it's like a difficult thing to say because then again, if we say yes that they should give that person money, then that's basically going against the other points of us saying, well, they only took inspiration, not copying it completely. So it's like a double-edged sword. Like, yes, maybe they could help this person, but I don't know.
Sounds that they grabbed, and I found that totally okay, you know. I don't think they should.
Like, I guess it would have been nice. That's actually a very difficult situation because it's like if we say yes, give that person money, I don't know, we're
No.
not able to validate our previous point there, so I don't know. It's kind of a what would you do situation. It's tricky.
Yeah, it is tricky. Well,
So do you think that now that Olivia Rodrigo's album is connected to Taylor Swift, do they still have problems? Do they have conflict with one another, or do you think that they are on good
No, I think
terms?
actually Taylor Swift's totally okay with that. Like they are, I guess they're friends or something like that. Like,
Oh,
they know each
okay.
other,
Well, that's
yeah.
good.
But the fact that people are like, oh, Olivia Rodrigo is like copying a lot of
But
stuff.
was it the words? Like, were any of the lyrics the same?
Nah, I don't think it.
Nah, okay.
Lyrics. It's just like
Yeah.
maybe just some sounds. Yeah, sounds.
Yeah.
Just at the end sounds. They're alike, but Olivia
But like,
Rodrigo
remember?
just did something
Oh yeah.
different. I sound like such a big fan, but
Well,
Sounds
you
like I'm
kind of
protecting
are. Oh my gosh, you're like, she didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah,
She's innocent. But I
I
mean,
made
at
my
the
point.
same time, she's a little bit younger than us, which means that she would have grown up most likely listening to Taylor Swift. So, of course, during her teenage years and stuff, when she started to make music, she probably unconsciously was inspired by Taylor Swift because, I mean, she's been such an icon for so many of us ever since we were little kids. I mean, she's been popular for over 10 years, I guess, so yeah, I can see
I just
how
remember something.
she was inspired. Yeah?
Yeah, I just remember something, and maybe we could just finish this little topic and change it. And well, I don't know if you know this huge soundtrack creator called or named Hans Zimmer.
Zimmer? I love
Yeah,
Hans Zimmer.
yeah.
Is there a problem with him?
Well, and this is true. What I'm gonna tell you now, it's actually true.
Oh no,
There are
I'm
some
in
videos on YouTube.
anticipation.
I'm not gonna tell a lot about him, but I know one thing that is very interesting to know is that
What
since
is it?
he's a very requested like
Composer?
yeah, exactly, that's a word. That's a word.
Yeah.
Well, it must be hard to be creating a lot of songs, like soundtracks for movies, and at times what he had to do is reuse his like the same songs that he had created before for other movies, and using the same sounds but different kind of like instruments. I don't know, maybe maybe the rhythm or the tempo, as some people call it, and but it's literally the same thing. If you listen to the song
weird.
Time from Inception and the song I don't remember the name, but he's got another song from another movie, they literally have the same sound. Like, it's so similar, but it's not like he can give himself a lawsuit, right?
I guess, but I
People do
feel
not
like
complain
the
about it,
second
right? I
movie,
mean,
like the
he
second
created those sounds,
movie
but
must have
it's
complained.
recycling. The thing is that may not sound logical for someone listening to us right now and me saying this, but the thing is that at the end, those soundtracks do not completely belong to him. They belong to the movie creators as well, because they're paying Hans Zimmer to create a song for them.
A lot of money.
Not for him.
I think I read online somewhere that, well, I don't remember the exact number, but I remember that he makes a lot of money to for his music to be in a movie. So
but he likes to
that's
recycle a lot of his
interesting.
songs. He does that.
Well, I mean,
his
if you're
magic
going
is
to be
that we don't
paying
even
for
realize.
him, and is this a recent problem? The two songs that are very similar, the Inception one, or is this something that people have been talking about for a while?
Yeah, for a while, I think. I mean, Time, like Inception is, I think a 2010 movie. Maybe I'm wrong.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't know. The whole music industry is a little crazy. I I don't know how people could create completely original songs, so I definitely don't think that people like Olivia Rodrigo like are in the fault here. I don't know. I'm not a professional by any means. I have zero musical abilities, but as a listener, as a casual listener,
singer, like the lead singer,
Adam
Levine. Adam Devine. I don't know.
Whatever his name is.
Yeah, he stood up with Olivia.
Oh,
like,
okay.
kind of like defending her. So,
he posted online?
Yeah, maybe he talked about it. I just read it on Twitter again. Twitter.
Do you think that Twitter is the best way to stay updated with the drama and problems in the world?
Like the place where you can find a lot of drama? Is that what you're saying?
I don't mean drama necessarily in like a bad way, but like, do you think Twitter is the best way to stay updated, like in your opinion, with what's going on compared to sites like Facebook, YouTube, Instagram?
Facebook's more like wasting time completely, like you don't even learn
memes, videos. Hey, we learned some pretty valuable stuff. Soy pelos no pica.
Oh yeah, that guy. He's a crazy guy because he eats a lot of chilies, like raw chilies. He just eats them like crazy, a lot of them, like jalapenos and a lot of kind of chilies. I don't even know how to call them in English.
Yeah,
I was gonna say habanero, but I don't know if you have a word for that.
I think it's just habaneros. We say in a really gringo way. Habanero. Jalapeno. You know, when I was younger, I used to think jalapeno was pronounced jalapeno, like jalapeno, because I never knew how to speak Spanish, and well, it's not a commonly spoken language here, so yeah, I thought the J was pronounced just like in English, like in my name, J Jalapeno. But yeah. Anyway, I think that you had to look it up. You didn't trust me.
No, I do. It's just that I like looking it up. Sometimes Google comes with a funny thing. Like Google Translate,
fair enough.
It's saying like inhabitant of Havana. Like
just like other words, yeah. It's okay, don't trust me anyway all the time, because I think in the coffee episode I made a mistake. I said grinds instead of grounds, or vice versa. I couldn't remember which one was right.
No, you said grounds. I think it's grind, like coffee grinds.
Ow, how embarrassing. So I did make
Of course. Well, that's what I think it is. I might be wrong.
I don't know. I think I don't remember which one's correct. I just said it wrong. Did I don't know. What is it?
Coffee ground. I think grind is like the verb, hey? Maybe?
Oh, maybe. Maybe that's why I got confused. Because I think in the episode I said coffee grinds.
No, ground. Yeah, it's ground, like coffee ground.
Okay. I think I was confused between the verb and the noun, because to grind the coffee beans so that they become grounds. Coffee grounds. Well, anyway, even if English is your native language, like me, you will still most likely make tons and tons of mistakes. That's part of life. What do you think is a mistake that you make a lot in Spanish?
It's hard to know, to even remember. I do make some mistakes, because I'm so used to speaking Spanish with my family during my whole life that when I say a mistake, I may correct myself, but sometimes I don't even correct myself because I know the other person knows what I mean, I'm like, oh man, you got me, like you got what I say.
Exactly. The point was clear enough.
Yeah, but I don't...
So, like, for you, the masculine and feminine words, for example, is that something you mess up? Like if you say el instead of la, or vice versa?
No, I don't think so.
No. Okay, so it's so natural to you. That's sometimes a mistake that I used to make. Like, I think, for example, one time I said el tortilla instead of la tortilla, and yeah, I started to remember that one was basic, but that's just like one example of many, many mistakes that I've made in Spanish. But, yeah. Spanish I do really miss speaking in Spanish with you and your family. That was one of the best parts of getting to be with you, is hearing Spanish every single day. It's always a lot of work, but I would definitely love to hear it daily
good practice,
again.
Though. It's a very
It
good practice.
is. Yes,
I don't remember that much.
was able to learn a lot.
Yeah, I don't remember a lot when I went to Canada, and like if I had like any hard time hearing your family speaking or something, but sometimes I do find myself in trouble. No, like,
Why?
I find it hard. You know this show like Bosch.
Yeah, of course.
The
Your
taxi
favorite
on Amazon
cop
Prime.
show.
Very
yeah.
good show. Like, I highly recommend it. Well, they're very hard to understand. Like, they're very hard people to understand. Seriously. And I think that I learned a lot from that show. I'm watching the last season, and I still find it like complicated sometimes, because they have a very, I don't know, like, peculiar way of speaking. I don't know if it's because they're from California and that's how they speak, or maybe because they're cops and that's just the way they speak. But
also they're older men. Like, most of the characters are older men, and I
like
find older men a little hard to understand.
Yeah, like the one plays Bosch, he's got like, well, he's old and kind of old, and he's got like a raspy voice.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I always have to watch.
What are you saying?
Yeah.
No, it's okay. Like, I think that honestly I sometimes struggled with a few words here and there. And another thing, as you said, like, being from California, the characters, that could also make it difficult. But also, they use a lot of cop vocabulary, and I remember that. I learned a few words as well that relate to, like, crime and stuff that I don't normally hear very often.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so you probably have a lot of vocabulary for, like, crime and police situations.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could report what's going on.
Yeah, I remember when like the very first seasons, they would call something like DA. I was like, what's DA?
What is that anyway?
Yeah, because I didn't want to like have any subtitles in Spanish. Sometimes it's even confusing for me. But I was like, what's DA? And then I looked it up, and I was like, it's district attorney,
Okay.
Yeah, kind of like that, like, or yeah, stuff like that. That's the one I remember.
That's a good example, though. I wouldn't have been able to think of any examples off the top of my head, but DA, that's a good one. I didn't remember what that meant either, that little abbreviation, but yeah. What other shows do you think have helped you with your English?
Well, I've been watching stuff in English for a while now, I think.
That's true.
But I do remember when I started like watching with English subtitles, when I made that change, or like that kind of like goal, and I set it, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna start now watching stuff with English subtitles, and I ain't gonna change them. And it was a little bit hard, at the beginning, because I was so used to having subtitles in Spanish. It was something that I couldn't have it any other way. Well, that I don't like movies in Spanish, unless they're Mexican, of course.
Yeah, like if it's
picky.
You like to watch movies in its original language. I love Mexican movies.
Yeah, but like when I decided to switch to English subtitles, it took a little bit of time, and probably a little bit of going, like, playing it back, like the scenes, because I'm like, hey, wait, what does that even mean? Or like pausing it and going to Google. I was like, looking it up.
Would you write down the words too that you heard, or would you just try to remember
That's
them?
a lot of words. Too many.
Too much. Okay.
I barely did that with books, but yeah, it was like that. I don't. But for the question that you asked, like, which other show? Well, we watch Loki in English, and all
those are like the more
Marvel
recent
movies.
ones.
When I watch stuff with my family, we do watch it with Spanish subtitles, and sometimes movies here in in Mexico do not have like English subtitles, like not all of them. But with a new VPN that we have, you can always choose any location that you want. This is
actually
not
yes.
Wait. Are we getting paid for these?
I wish we were. This is our first sponsorship. Just kidding.
Wait. Okay, you know what we could do. Well, never mind, because I just remember that on Anchor you can put like you can say that in this episode we kind of like are sponsoring maybe.
That's true. So I think we need to look into that. We should try to do that. Get some sponsors. Okay, yeah, well, in this case, let's try to talk about Surfshark. So, to make it clear, in case you're wondering, we are not officially being sponsored by them, but we are going to talk about this. This is something really exciting. So, this is great if you want to learn a language, because then you get more options for the movies and shows. Yeah. If you're wanting to watch something with someone who lives in another country, like Alan and I, whatever it is, get a VPN. Alan, talk about this VPN. Tell our listeners what this is and why we want it.
I think VPN stands for Virtual Private Network, I think.
Or Protected Network? Okay. Protected or private? What are we gonna say? I'll go with the other one. I'll go with protected.
Virtual Private Network. That's right.
I lost the bet. No, actually, for me, it was the right way.
A virtual private network.
The words weren't backwards. Yeah, Alan just showed me his phone. He Googled what VPN stands for.
Yeah.
I thought it was protected.
Well, I believe most of the people know what this means, like what it is for. But
yes, but talk about why we specifically wanted it.
Okay, wait. Like, do I say the name of the brand? I think we can. Hey?
Yeah.
Well, it's called Surfshark, and at first I thought it was kind of like weird because like, oh, maybe not, it may not work, but it totally works. Like seriously, you can pick. You have like some locations to choose. Like you can either be like in the United States or like Asia, or like I think Asia, and Europe, anywhere you want in the world, And we wanted that because that way we could watch the movies that maybe Jamen has in Canada or that I have in Mexico that she doesn't, and that way we can be watching the same thing. Plus, what I said before with the English subtitles, this may be helpful for you because maybe like in Mexico there are some movies that do not come with English subtitles, but with my new VPN I could just go to any other country and watch it in English with English subtitles, which is great.
Yes, it's awesome, and that's exactly why I'm so happy that the VPN is actually legit and all, because I never used one before, but when I was at Alan's house, when I was at your house, I remembered we talked about it and it worked, and now that I'm in Canada, I can set my location to Mexico and still watch movies and practice Spanish, because I started watching a show called The Bold Type, and it is an American show, so it's in English, but because I was in Mexico, I watched it with Spanish audio and Spanish subtitles, and it was awesome. And that show's not available in Canada, so that was a good thing to have in order to finish the show after all.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
It's a really good thing to have.
What country or location have you been using a lot, the most?
This is gonna be fun. It's gonna be. I think I was in Switzerland today. Something.
Where?
Like Switzerland.
Oh, Switzerland!
No, or maybe Denmark. Denmark.
What were you watching there? What type of content?
Iceland. Italy. The thing is that today my sister was wanting to watch Spider-Man 3 with, I don't know how to call it, like say it, Tobey Maguire or something like that, Tobey?
Oh yeah, they like the ones that are the older in-person ones,
My sister likes those and she wanted to watch
Me too.
the third one, but it was not available in my country. So what I did was
did it work?
Yeah, I was like Spider-Man 3 2007 Netflix availability, and then it showed me the countries that it was available in. And at first I picked Italy, I think, and well, Netflix sometimes tends to be a little bit tricky, and he's like picky, and he's like, oh, I detected that you're not using your own thing.
That happened to me. Yeah.
But don't worry, you can just always like switch it over like to another location, or just wait a few minutes and I
reload
managed
it.
to watch. Yeah, I just switched.
That's
to location.
awesome. So what country did you find it in after all?
I think
Italy
Iceland.
or another one? Iceland. That's sick. Did your
know,
sister
very
wonder
great.
how you did that?
Yeah, kind of. She kind of, but she
Yeah.
didn't actually know what that was.
But you just worked your magic in secrecy. You didn't tell her. You're just like, your wish is my command.
I know. It's a
Yeah,
great
it's
thing.
pretty awesome. I like it a lot, actually. I'm
Me too.
excited for us to be able to use it because we have a movie night planned. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because we're watching
that's-
iCarly, since we don't have
Mhm.
all the episodes here in Mexico, and that thing as
Mhm.
well. Like on Paramount Plus here in Mexico, you don't have access to English subtitles. I believe, yeah. And but if you go to like, I don't know, like Canada or United States, you can easily select English subtitles.
Yeah, that's the nice part. It's
Yeah.
actually quite easy to use. So we are going to finish watching iCarly later, which is nice because the show is super, super cheesy, but it's been fun to watch.
Yeah,
And
it's been fun.
reminisce,
I like it.
and it's nostalgic. Yeah, it's something fun to watch. So why don't you quickly talk about your equipment that you're using, because I think your upside down microphone is interesting. Why is it upside down instead of upwards?
Good question. I don't know. I think I've seen it this way, maybe in like the radio stations rooms. You know, they have it like this. I think I've seen some people using it like this, but since this boom arm only work with phones, like it had like a phone holder.
Yeah, it's like this one if you're watching the video version
Exactly,
of this
it's like that one.
episode.
But I figured it out.
Yeah.
Exactly that hole, that little hole that you're showing on that part,
Yeah.
behind.
There's a little screw for the
I
listeners
kinda, like,
only.
managed to find a screw in some plastics, and if they fit perfectly fine. And
You are
well,
so creative.
the mic came with this thing, and it's totally great because I can move it around anywhere I want. If I want it close.
That's awesome.
this.
Actually, I'm so happy that works. Yay. It looks
Yeah, it's
super
very nice, so-
professional.
I know.
And
And I
well,
got my headset is for monitoring what I'm seeing.
so are you able to hear me through those headphones right now, or just your
Exactly,
own
yeah,
voice?
through the audio interface. If you
Cool.
guys are interested in which equipment I got, maybe we can talk in another episode about it.
Actually, we should talk about our experience having to like return it and try it again, and all the work that we
God,
went.
yes.
And while we're at
What
it, we
an
can talk about the
experience.
Mexican Amazon and Canadian Amazon, because there's lots to say about that. It's actually quite different with the service, and I have a story for the next episode if that's what we
That
talk
is a
about.
really- yeah. Yes. In the next
Perfect.
episode, we're gonna be seeing all that thing that happened.
Excellent.
Anyways, okay. Well, I think this was a good episode. Just got 40
Agreed.
minutes. I think we're good to go. What do you think?
Yeah.
Are you
All
wanna-
right.
are you wanted to say
I
anything
think
else?
so. No, I think that we covered a lot of awesome topics. You know, this
I know.
is just a chatty episode, so this is how we naturally have conversations. We start with one idea and we just talk about
We
so
move to
many
another one,
different
yeah.
things. So, yeah, that's why I love us. Yeah, we never get bored. Actually, I just want to quickly say, like, a lot of people might wonder, like, why being in a long distance relationship works even if you're not there with the person in person. But I think being able to have conversations about anything and everything with your person is awesome. So that's kind of how it is with you and I think. We just talk about everything and it's fun.
And maybe these guys that we talk about could help us.
Yes, in the
Yeah.
last episode we mentioned
I am
it.
going to text this guy right.
Do it. Okay, you guys will be able to find out next time if we actually were able to get a response. Hopefully they don't leave us on red.
I know. Look, I got a text already written.
Oh, you already wrote it?
Yeah, but I haven't sent it yet. I'm about to send it. Look, he even got the little check mark.
Oh,
you know,
he has
like,
the tick. Okay, it
verified.
might be hard. Yeah. We don't have
It's
enough
sent.
followers on Instagram. Okay, let's just see. Maybe we will get lucky. Did you write it in Spanish?
Yeah, because he's Mexican.
I couldn't
you know.
see.
Maybe
Yeah.
you
Okay.
could text the his
The girl in English. Actually,
Yeah.
I think she speaks French. I think she's French.
Yeah, because she's from Quebec. I think she's from Quebec.
Yeah. I don't know if she speaks English, but I will send her a message. I can try to write one in French.
You think she doesn't
I
speak
don't-
English?
Well, I've only ever heard her speak in French and
You know,
Spanish,
you're
so
right.
I don't
What
know.
The heck?
Yeah. She might not know English
That would be very
fluently. I don't
interesting.
know.
You know, like having a Canadian, just like you, who
Who
doesn't speak
doesn't
English.
speak
I mean,
a different
I just find it
experience,
very
yeah.
interesting. That would be great.
Yeah, one country. Canada is an interesting country, and I mean it's not the only country, but some people have completely different native languages.
I was just taking.
I think in Switzerland, for example, I think they have like 8 official languages, so that's also amazing. But yeah, we'll send those people a message, and if you didn't hear last week or the 2 weeks ago episode, basically we talked about getting these people.
Say hi, babe. It's just for an Instagram story. There we go.
We took an Instagram story picture. But anyway, we want this couple that is famous, well, relatively famous on TikTok and Instagram. They're from Canada and Mexico, like Alan and I. So, yeah, we've talked about trying to get them on before, which is pretty cool. Hopefully we can do that. And that's one thing. B, we need to grow our Instagram so that we can get more popular, more famous guests that we
Look,
don't
you
have
take a picture
connections
now.
to.
You take a picture now for.
Okay.
Because I'm posting this
For,
one for my person. Just to
okay,
show off a
let's-
little bit.
Alright guys,
This is
so
gonna
right
be
now
in
we're
the
just...
podcast. You can just leave.
Yeah, right now we're just doing nonsense stuff here. Aw, so cute. Okay, I'll be posting this picture on our MexCan.
Okay, let's just say
Instagram.
goodbye to the people.
Yeah.
Thank you guys.
Okay, we don't want to keep you
See you in
any
the next
longer.
episode.
Bye. Adios.